I have a very important question that I ask most people who come on my podcast that I need to ask you. What's your best squat, bench, deadlift, and overhead press?
My best deadlift. The trap bar. I love the trap bar. I have
Doesn't
like
count.
my. I was just doing sumo deadlifts before this, and I did 185 by 6. I could have done more, but it was the first week of new programming, so kind of like deloading a little bit. But I'd say my best deadlift is like 205. I honestly could push myself more if I had someone pushing me more than myself.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I feel like
So you're saying you need a trainer? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I do. I need a fucking trainer. I was actually just thinking that today. I'm like, I need to hire like a one-on-one online coach or something because I could be doing a lot more than I am.
Oh, I do that.
Huh?
Nothing. Nothing.
My best squat is 135. I just did the other day. That was a PR for me. And then overhead press, 70 pounds.
Bench? What about bench?
Bench, 105.
Nice. And you use good technique because I've seen your live videos and when you're actual lifting, I've popped in and out a couple of your live streams every once in a
Yeah.
while, and you definitely use good technique on all of those. So we're not talking about like, the guys who are like, oh yeah, I squatted 400 pounds in high school and the range of motion was 3 inches.
Yeah.
Like there's a big difference between, actually squatting 400 pounds and like just standing up with a bar on your back.
Right.
So,
Right.
right.
Totally.
Pretty
I'd say
good.
my squat is my worst lift. My hips are super tight, and I just yeah.
Well, it reminds me of I'm actually thinking of now I'll mention her by name. One of my clients, Kara, who started working with me last year, and actually she right now is working on. You ever hear of GOMAD?
No.
It's gallon of milk a day. So
Oh my God.
it's actually a thing invented by Mark Ripito that starting strength. Mark Ripito wrote the book Starting Strength, and he
Yeah,
has
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
whole start. Yeah, so it's essentially designed for, in his words, underweight young men who are trying to gain a lot of weight and muscle quickly. For a guy who's like 6 foot tall and weighs like 130 pounds would go on GOMAD. But I have a client who is a lady who wants to gain some weight and build muscle, and I was like, well, we can't do GOMAD because that's too many calories for you right now, or let's try QUOMAD. We're going to start with quart of milk a day. And she's doing it, but she's been working with me for a bit, and I was like, she was similar. She was working on her deadlift and other things and trying to up them, and we got her to 205 for, I think like 6, and her best deadlift was 175 for a single when we started, I believe. So
Nice.
pretty good. But I'm not saying you need to drink milk a gallon of milk a day.
I hate milk.
Then it's not for
I
you.
I can't stand the aftertaste. Ever since I was a kid,
Mm.
I can't drink milk. I don't. There's something about it. I don't know what it is. I drink almond milk, which is obviously not milk, but I can't like the taste is.
I think she said the exact opposite to me. She was like, "Oh my!" I said, "Have you ever heard of GOMAD?" She's like, "What's GOMAD?" And I'm like, "Gallon of milk a day." And she's like, "Oh my God, I love milk." So I was like, "You are a perfect candidate for GOMAD."
Ugh, I couldn't do it.
Trying to gain weight, love milk, but again, it's all about. This is another thing that speaks to the individualization of
Yeah.
fitness. Is like, if I'm just going to go, if someone's just going to go around and be like, "Oh, you got to drink," if you want to build muscle, you got to like drink more milk. When you give general recommendations like that, they're just generally wrong. It has to be the right
Right.
person.
Right.
Anyways,
That just reminds me of like TikToks that I've made, like with just say food. Like here are some of my favorite top high protein fucking snacks. And then you have people in the comments, well, I don't like Greek
oh
yogurt.
my
But then
God,
and then I'm
yep.
like, well, then fucking don't eat Greek yogurt.
All
Who
the
cares, man? I mean, am I talking to you? You don't have to like it.
I actually really can't think of a single time I've ever made a post like that where I haven't had at least one person in the comments going like, "Well, I don't like this." Like I'll say, "Oh, you got to eat more fruit." I don't like fruit. Or I'm like, "Oh, I eat apples because I like apples and it's a fruit, but you can eat other fruits." And they're like, "I don't like apples." And it's like,
Exactly. It's crazy.
then don't eat no damn apples. You ain't got to.
I don't, don't fucking eat it then.
It's not. Yeah, there's no necessary foods.
All right.